Yes, raise your hand, Tarik, if you've got 72 million reasons to be happy. Jakob Chychrun inking a deal this morning. It is done. He is a Capital for 8 more years, and wow, big news coming here at the beginning of this 2-game road trip.
Huge news, and I love the fact that the Capitals are taking care of their business right now. Of course, in recent weeks they've signed Logan Thompson and they've re-signed Charlie Lindgren, and now they get the big one that was out there, Jakob Chychrun. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of years. That said, Jakob Chychrun has earned every single dollar of this deal. 18 goals. He is third amongst defensemen behind guys you may have heard of, Makar and Werenski, guys who are going to be in the MVP conversation. And look, Chychrun is a dynamic player. He just turns 27, I think, a week from now. So he's entering the prime of his career, and the prime of an NHL defenseman's career starts a little bit later than a forward because it takes him a little while to kind of get used to positioning and get that man strength. But he's right in the middle of that prime, and good on the Capitals for locking up another important piece of their core.
Yeah, maybe the biggest piece and the biggest piece of business between now and the Stanley Cup playoffs. No longer something to worry about. Jakob Chychrun may or may not be in the lineup tonight. Now, as we sit here, the Winnipeg Jets just wrapping up practice here at Canada Life Center, and the Capitals going to go on in just about 30 minutes. When he comes out, we would expect that he will skate. He did not really do much yesterday in Arlington before we flew up here. But it has been a remarkable run of durability, not just for him, Tarik, but for this entire D-Corps. 57 straight games they have been together, and that would end here tonight if for some reason he doesn't go and Alex Alexeyev may slot in. But I'm guessing they're going to go game time decision on that. Hopefully he's able to get in. Doesn't seem to be anything too serious, just the cut across the hand. He was lucky, as we know, getting banged up there with a skate coming up in the first period in that game against Florida. And as you see, just a scary thing is see Barkov come sliding in there and getting a piece of him. And glad that he is certainly going to be okay, even if he needs a little bit of downtime here.
Yeah, I don't say this lightly or flippantly, but nothing pushes you back to the contract negotiating table like an injury that, might have gone pretty badly had that skate hit him just a few inches over, right? I mean, it is, in the words of Coach Carberry, a potentially scary injury. It seems like Jakob got very, very lucky. I watched him really closely yesterday after the team picture. Looked like he had a wrap around his the injury, kind of at the base of his thumb, around his wrist. Definitely talked to trainers and coaches. It looked like he thought for a second about going out and then turned around and went back to the room. So, again, very fortunate that wasn't worse. The timing for a bad injury could not have been come at a worse time for him or for the Capitals. But John, when we talk about this Capitals turnaround and going from a team that had to work for every single goal last year to a team that almost scores goals at will this season, leading the league in goals per game. You can't have that conversation without talking about the contributions of the Blue Liners, right? They didn't score very much last year. They didn't score very many goals, and they didn't help set up many goals. Right now, as we're speaking, they are tied with the Colorado Avalanche for the most points in the league for a blue line with 182, and the Avalanche has actually played one extra game, so they've kind of been going back and forth. Makar is just a freak. Like he's the reason the Avs are so far ahead. But Jakob Chychrun, man, you want to talk about a special, rare talent. Um, they had to lock him up. And, one more thing about him before I forget, I was looking at where his contract is going to rank. It's a little behind Darlene. Okay, Darlene's a captain, and because it's Buffalo, probably could have commanded a little bit more. A little bit behind Werenski. Like we said, MVP candidate. Right about the same as a Nurse, Yossi, Sergachev, a little ahead of Sergachev. Heiskanen right about there. So this puts Jakob in that top 10 paid defenseman, and good on him for getting, and the Caps for getting that deal done, and looking forward to covering him for a long time.